Hello Flosstube. My name is Janet and I am decided to go on this venture of Flosstube. So this is Flosstube number 1 for me. And I'm going to start out with the hashtag get to know your needle worker. So I have the questions on my iPad over here, so I may look away and then we'll go for there and see how this works. On YouTube, I'm known as Janet Jabber. I also have a blog spot called Janet Jabber Blogspot. So I'm gonna just jump in. So tell about my family, my kids and pets. I am married for a total of 8 years now. We have a blended family, his and hers. I have a 19-year-old daughter that my husband adopted 6 months after we got married. And he has 2 sons that came to live with us permanently March of 2017. So we're a big family with 15, 16, and 19-year-old children. So it's the teenage life up in here. Animals, it's kind of crazy. I have 3 dogs, 2 cats, which are both my daughters, supposedly. And my boys both have like fish tanks and shrimp tanks and yeah. So where do I live? I actually live in a small town called Ossian, Indiana. Most people know it, Fort Wayne, Indiana. I live just outside of there. Tell about my career and what I do. This will be kind of strange for people. I actually am a millwright. So I work for General Motors. I have worked there for almost 25 years in their skilled trades division. I started out in production building trucks, and then I moved into their skilled trades division as a carpenter, and eventually they rolled us into millwright. So basically, if there's something broke for the conveyors or whatnot, I help go fix them. So it can become interesting. I get down and dirty and yucky sometimes, and it is what it is. So how did I first start stitching? Well, I actually have a 2-start process. I actually stitched my very first piece when I was 19. My girlfriend and I don't even know why. We bought a kit. I stitched my first piece, boom, walked away. That was probably in 1990. And then fast forward, I did my 20s and I had my daughter in 2000. So I was just 29 when I had her, and well, she was just kind of boring. I was on maternity leave. It was just me. All she did was sleep, eat, poop. That's what I like to tell everybody with my story. So my older sister by this time had picked up cross-stitching, and she had me tag along to a group of ladies that she had met on the Yahoo groups called the Hoosier Stitchers, and I'm still part of that group to this day. Cross-stitching's been a big part of my life. I've had ups and downs to where I stop for a while and I start back up, but it's a consistent in my life. So that's how I got started. Other hobbies I have, or I've had, one of the times that I fell out of cross-stitching was when I picked up scrapbooking. So here comes this little girl in my life, and I take a bazillion pictures, and I started scrapbooking. It became crazy and overwhelming. I have a few albums that are amazing, but then I stopped doing that because digital world came in and you stopped printing off those pictures. So then along came my husband. I did the courtship, fell in love, and in the interim, I did pick up cross-stitching. I would cross-stitch while he played Xbox and whatnot. So a hobby that I would like to have, I would like to make some quilts, and I'm not talking like over-the-top quilts. I would just like to have a few that could be like hand-me-downs or whatnot. I actually have most of the materials to make one, but I don't know. Maybe it's a fall project. I don't know. Previous finishes. I actually have a whole box full of previous finishes that are not fully finished. So I've decided I'm gonna just kind of show them here and there as I go through other floss tubes. Just kind of go into my box of fun and show you what I've got. And as different seasons come around, popping in and out, pictures or finishes of that I have as I pull the decor out for the season. So favorite designer, TV show, movies, music, etc. So my designers have also changed through the years. I was huge Lizzie Kate. I have so many Lizzie Kates to where I'm like, I'm sure people get tired of reading things in my house. Mirabella, I have a couple of her finishes. I have a lot of her charts. Right now, I am a hands-on design crazy person, and I'm being introduced into via Flosstube, like the Plum Street samplers, the little cottage, little house needleworks, and those kind of things that I've kind of jumped into. Favorite TV shows? I don't really watch TV. I do watch Netflix because that just, I don't know, I just started watching Netflix. So if a series comes out that I like, I watch it. I do not binge watch. I watch one episode at a time to kind of spread it out because I just don't watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of Flosstube. But as far as movies, favorite movies, this would be Mamma Mia. I used to watch that with my mom, and then we brought my daughter into that. So that's one of my definite favorites. And what's the one, the Tuscany one? I don't remember the name of it. There's the one that's called something about Tuscany. So see, it's a favorite, but I don't remember. Because just the whole go like stop, change your life, and move on. I think it's Son of Tuscany. I don't know. Anyway, music. I'm a country music girl. I do listen to the other music. How do I not when I have teenage kids? But my husband likes rock. I'm just a country music girl. I do listen to other music when I need to get myself going for my workouts and whatnot. But I also watch a lot of Flosstube when I work out. Why I started this Flosstube channel, basically, I enjoy watching it, and I hope that I can bring something to the table. Cat tail, sorry. One of my daughter's cats. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm always on the search for more friends as far as that would have similar interests to me. I work predominantly in a men's world, and that's just what it is. So they make fun of me for cross-stitching, call me an old lady, but then they also tell me they see my stuff and they're like, it's absolutely gorgeous. So it is what it is. So what do I hope to accomplish by the Flosstube channel would be just to broaden my network and make more friends. I do cross-stitch, like I said, with the Hoosier Stitchers group that we get together. They get together every month. I can't make it because I'm forced to work so many Saturdays. We have a retreat once a year. I do make that. I try to every year. Love it. My sister and we have a couple friends that stitch, but as far as like, I don't know, I just want more friends. One word that would describe me. This was a stumper for me because I don't know, just wasn't able to. I finally ended up asking somebody that's known me for like 25 years that I've worked with, and he said that I was resilient. No matter what obstacle was thrown at me, I would go after it and accomplish it. I would always pull through a hard time. I was never afraid to conquer or go after a goal. So it resonated with me when he said that, and I Googled it and looked up more of the definition. So resilient. What is my favorite snack? Well, I'm a chocolate girl. But when I cross-stitch, I really try not to eat because that was one of the things you have to keep your hands clean. So therefore, I didn't eat. So I would joke sometimes that I cross-stitch so that it's part of my diet process that I can't eat while I cross-stitch. So there you go. All right, that's all the hashtags for that. For the hashtag Get to Know Your Needleworker. So I'm going to jump into a couple other things to show you cross stitching, because that's what this is about. So finishes and fully finishes. I didn't have any finishes this week. It's kind of crazy week with the holiday weekend, but I'm going to show you 2 fully finishes that I have. My very first finish when I reintroduced myself into cross stitching in 2000 when my daughter was born. This was a dimensions kit called Smile. Not only did I stitch this framework, I was a carpenter at that time, so I fully finished this. I actually took oak and molded and routed it and did all the entire finish of this is from me. So I'm pretty proud of this piece. And it hangs where I can see it every day. I walk out of my room and it says Smile. So one of my other ones that I'm very proud of is the very first Marbella that I did. And it always kind of reminded me of my daughter, who had wild crazy hair, and she's just carefree. And gives me much joy. So this is her, oh, there, glare, sorry. I'll do the best I can, new at this. So I stuck with everything called for. I'm pretty sure the fabric's even called for. Back then, I didn't know any different. I didn't know you were allowed to change it. So that's something that I have been doing a little bit of now, is changing. So that is it for a couple finished pieces for now. I'm going to move into some whips and some sals that I'm doing. I am part of the Owl Forest Embroidery Emerald City. So this is where I am. The part released last week for the Wicked Witch, so I've got to get that to get caught up. I really enjoy this piece. The Wizard of Oz has very fond memories of me. When I was a little girl, that was the day we could stay up late past bedtime. Big old bowl of popcorn, all 3 sisters sitting on the living room floor watching The Wizard of Oz. So it brings joy to me that when that stitch along came along, I knew I had to be part of it. Another stitch along that I'm doing is Caterpillar cross stitch, and this is the Hello Fall. I think there's one more piece to release. I'm caught up. This is just a Monaco that IT coffee dyed. And I'm sure you see, look right there. I think I'm going to have 1 inch. I did not do that right, and I'm notorious for that. My sister would tell you more than once I've had to start something, go from top to bottom to make sure I have enough material and not have to rip it. A couple others that I have going right now. Besides that, this is a Sue Hillis cute pajamas. I dyed this fabric. It's just Monaco that I dyed. Super cute little pajamas going on. This is a Waxing Moon design. Hocus Pocus. I do not know the fabric. Kind of new to doing so that's coming along. It was a lot of fun. My color for my cauldron was supposed to be the same as the cat, and it didn't look black enough for me, so I had to change that up and make it a little different. And last but not least, I'm super excited about this series of Harvestful, the Chalked Full series. So this is Harvest. I'm getting this started before the pumpkins come out. So those are a few of the projects that I'm currently working on. New starts. Oh, I didn't grab it. I actually am going to do a new start this week, so I will be showing it to you in my next video. It is Dare to Fly by Silver Creek Sampling. I have the material picked out, I think, but I've not pulled flosses, so it's not fully kitted up, but I hope to start that this week or next. I'm on vacation next week, so maybe it'll be my vacation start. As far as haul, first time ever, I've seen this before, but didn't ever jump at it, but Stony Creek actually has like a pattern of the month to where it's like free. You just pay for shipping. So this one popped up. Get a little closer and see that. I am totally loving that. Bon appetit. I'm totally digging that. I won't do the whole chart. I'm just going to do this one. Because I didn't know about it at the time to get all the other charts. And then this was another one. This one's good till like the end of September through Stony Creek. Again, it's free. You just pay for shipping. I went to my local needlework store over the weekend to pick up some flosses, and I've been eyeing this chart for a while, so I just went ahead and jumped and got it. I love to do seasonal stitching, so and swap it out. So had to join that, had to grab that one and add it in. So as far as plans go, this will be the 3rd month in a row that I've taken part of the 24-hour cross-stitching challenge. So I actually find a lot of joy in that. I used to be a monogamous stitcher, and because of this, I have stepped up my game and I actually enjoy it a great deal. So I get, probably in a month, I work on 10 different projects and keep them going. I do have a couple projects that I feel like I need to get myself another big project started. I met someone through the Common Threaded Stitchers that has a Marbella that I have got my working copies made for, but I couldn't figure out the fabric because I'm actually taking 2 different charts and putting them together, and I was struggling with that. And she posted hers and it was gorgeous, and we communicated back and forth, and I'm jumping in and gonna get that fabric and probably start that because I just feel like I need a big project going at the same time. So that is my plans. What I would like to see myself do is post at least once a month, but if I find out that I could do it every 2 or 3 weeks, I could see myself committing to more than that. So I hope you enjoyed my little introduction into Flosstube. I hope you follow and subscribe to see how this journey goes for me. Don't be afraid to comment below, ask me any questions. If there's any details on charts that I could think of, I'll get better about knowing my fabrics and stuff when I get on here. Anyway, I guess until next time, keep stitching and enjoy life. Bye.